fortunately for us, we have a treatment for most bacteria. Now, we've talked about the bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics, and we can't treat those very well, although we're coming up with more different antibiotics. But I still think most bacteria, there is a treatment. Fortunately for us, a man named Alexander Fleming, completely by accident, discovered that bread mold, which is a fungus, actually killed bacteria. So they had antibiotic properties, as bread mold did. And the story is that he was going on vacation and he had all these cultures of bacteria, on the little petri dishes and the gels, and all these bacteria were growing, and he stacked them up and he left, and he was gone for a few days, and he came back and he noticed that one of his bacteria dishes got contaminated with mold, and he thought, oh no, bummer, this one's not going to work out. But then he noticed something very interesting. He noticed that there was a ring around the mold where bacteria wasn't. The mold, and what we found out later, the mold's waste products actually killed the bacteria. And as he was looking at this, he actually discovered penicillin, which was the first antibiotic. And penicillin has saved a lot of lives in the decades since then. So fortunately for us, Alexander Fleming discovered that, and now we've created these things called antibiotics, which are able to kill or slow the growth of bacteria. However, due to the prescribing of antibiotics, we now have lots of strains of bacteria that are resistant to those antibiotics, and we've talked about this. We talked about natural selection. There's always going to be one or two bacteria that survive the antibiotics and they don't get killed by the antibiotics, and they grow, and so now they produce a bunch of bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics. So bacteria develop the ability to be unaffected by antibiotics. But mostly we do have treatments for bacterial diseases, and that's very good.